I just need to find an upstart goblin. That's literally all I need to do. Why is that rarity even a thing? Yes! Get in! Okay guys, are we properly rolling now? God damn it, took me too long to find that bloody upstart goblin. Anyway, it's Al here from Exiles, giving you another deck profile. Seems to be back to back nowadays, but it's still early days and we're still getting our feet off the ground. And today I'm bringing you Magical Musketeers, one of my favourite decks ever. This deck is a semi-competitive version of the deck that I built myself based on a few topping deck profiles I've seen recently, giving my own little twist on it and stuff. So let's see how we go. Okay, so we are playing 3 Caspar. He's the rotor of the deck, nothing else really to say about it. He searches your magical muskets. You know how magical musketeers work. You activate a card in the same column as them, they do something, and that he just so happens to search, and they all grant you the ability to activate magical muskets, spell or traps from the hand as quick effects. So that's a good thing. 3 Starfire. This one summons magical musketeer from your deck in defense position, pretty self-explanatory. Triple Kid Brave. This is a sort of trade-in. You discard a magical musket to draw 2 if a spell or trap's activated in the same column. And then we're on to the 2 ofs, 2 Doc. I was thinking of bumping him up to 3 copies, but you know, he doesn't really come up that much. Mainly because I've got a controversial 1 of as well. So Doc is the one that recycles from grave to hand, and then with 1 copy of Calamity. I'm testing this out and I'm planning on switching this out from a card from my side deck. I don't have it on me at the moment, but this one can be sided out for the big one, the level 8 I think it is, Fiend Zachiel, because that is just a big beta that you'd like to play going second, boost it up, search some stuff, you know, but this one resurrects from grave, which is cool. Hand traps, free shifter. This one can be substituted for any other playset hand trap of your choice, be it Veiler, Ogre, Ash, Bell, whatever you choose, depending on the matchup. But Dimension Shifter, after testing, has actually been very useful because it doesn't really hinder your deck very much in that sense. So depending on your matchup, you can side this out for whatever you want. Now we're moving on to the spells. So first for the musket spells, Triple Cross Domination. It's basically an effect Veiler, but debuffs your opponent's monsters to 0. Negates their effects as well. And the 1 copy of Steady Hands. This doubles the attack and defense of a magical musketeer monster, but they can only attack monsters, so they can't attack direct while this is in play. Nice to get some damage on board and get rid of any problematic high buffy monsters, beefy monsters that they might have. Triple Call by the Grave to negate your opponent's hand traps, as well as banish any monsters that they might activate in the grave to get their combos going. Triple Desires. You rather play this than Extravagance because you've got cards like Kid Brave, which also get you to draw, so Extravagance can kind of be dead if you just drop it and then you have a Kid Brave and you can't really resolve it. So I don't know, it's up to you. You can either run this or Extravagance, it's up to personal preference. Triple Instant Fusion. This will become a lot more clear when we go into the extra deck. Double Super Poly, again, will also become much more clear when we go into the extra deck. Double Ties, because the majority of the Magical Musketeer monsters you're running are level 3s, light Fiend monsters, and you can just, this is basically your blowout win condition card. You summon 2 out of the deck, and then if you activate underneath a Caspar, you've got your search there as well. Then the 1 Upstart Goblin, which I've trialed and tribulized so hard to find today. It's a staple card in the deck. Pretty self-explanatory. Need I explain more? Then onto the trap lineup for the muskets. We've got Triple Desperado, pops a face-up card on the field. You know, perfect. Double Last Stand. It's a counter trap that you can activate from your hand, then negate spell and traps. Yeah. Then 1 each of Dancing Needle, which is basically sort of like triple DD Crow sort of thing going on for 3 cards in your opponent's graveyard. 1 Crooked Crown, which can special summon a musket out of your hand and block off the as a monster zone in the same column it's activated in. And then Fiendish Steel, protecting your muskets from effect destruction as well. So that was the main deck. Moving on to the extra now. Triple Max. Max is a great card. It's stupid. If your opponent lets you resolve this, that's basically them scooping, because you use it on back row, you get the monsters to summon. So you drop this, they've got 4 cards in their spell and trap zones. You can summon 4 magical muskets from your deck just for no reason. And if it's monsters they control, you can just add magical musketeer spell or traps from your deck to your hand as well, meaning you can plus ridiculously off of this card. So this is the card that will probably want to be looking to negate when you bring it out, but yeah, hopefully you'll be able to bait them out enough before that. Strangely enough, this is the only magical musketeer extra deck monster, so we've got now Nightmares, 1 Unicorn, 1 Cerberus and 1 Phoenix, spell and trap removal, monster removal, and generic targeting returning. Need I say more? Then you've got your power plays, your Boral Sword Dragon to OTK your opponent, your Borreload Dragon to steal their stuff. And then finally we move on to our instant and super poly targets. So super poly targets, we've got Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Predaplant Stapelia, Salamand Great Chimera, and Starving Venom. These are all pretty, usual super poly targets. You've got the space in your extra deck to run them, so you may as well just, slap them in while you can and rip apart your opponent's boards and just give them a really hard time. 2 instant fusion targets are Millennium Eyes Restrict and Thousand Eyes Restrict. Thousand Eyes for clearing boards and Millennium Eyes for letting your players go through. And then we have the 1 rank 3 monster. This can be any rank 3 of your choosing, but I've chosen Breaksword purely for the fact that it's generic removal that you might want to see in pinch. But that's my deck profile, guys, for Magical Musketeers. As for the side deck, it's pretty much your choice on what you play. But as I was saying earlier, do consider playing the level 8 Magical Musketeer, mainly just because if you boost it with Steady Hands, it goes up to 5k. Combine that with Cross Domination, that monster goes down to 0, meaning if you smash into that, they're taking 5,000 points of damage, which could get you a win in time, or could just get you the game altogether. But it's up to you, it's up to personal preference, but at the end of the day, this has been Magical Musketeers. I have a feeling this is going to be quite a good control deck moving into the future. But let me know your opinions, if I need to change anything, what you'd play. And I will catch you later.